So, sir, what we could infer was that it's not a problem that is particular to India, the problem of inequality. It's a worldwide phenomenon, and there is something that is needed to be done at a larger level to overcome the same problem and mitigate the other side effects which we have.
And also you were talking about the investment problem. So is this the reason why our exports are not doing well?
Yeah, in a way it's true, because if you see, one every 6 person you meet in the world is an Indian.
Yeah.
Because given our population, 1 out of 6 person we come across is an Indian. And if you look into our export or trade figures, it is only 1.8% of the world trade share. And you cannot point out to any manufacturing activity with a world share of more than 15%.
Yeah.
I think you have recently written an article on the same, and we can
Right.
look into that for further.
So basically what is happening is there is something wrong in our export. And as you correctly mentioned, one reason for that is the higher input cost. Although there is a paradigm shift, meaning that if you look from early part of 2000, between then and now, earlier what used to happen in India, it used to export all these price sensitive items like textile, leather footwears. But now the item we are exporting are actually income sensitive item, meaning that it's income elastic. For instance, now our big share, big chunk of our export earning comes from packaged medicine product. And another big chunk comes from refined petroleum product. So these are not price sensitive items, these are income sensitive items. So the expectation is if the global economy is doing well, there is a chance of our export growing up. But yet we are not seeing that happening. And one of the big reasons for that to me is our inability to participate in the global supply chain. For instance, we are also one of the bigger exporter for vehicles, computer products, or machinery parts, things like that. Now, if you look into any computer or any electronic items, you'll see although it's made in China, 90% of these items are produced or manufactured elsewhere. They are only assembled in China and then exported to the rest of the world. Now, because Indian firms are unable to participate in the global supply chain, what is happening is our exports are not picking up. So, is there any way the government can incentivize Indian firm or foreigner to come and set up industry here so that they can participate in the global supply chain? That is something which need to be said. So, one thing to look at is we need more roads. Connectivity is very important. Because many times you will see that the government is sitting with land banks, yet no one is interested in building a factory there, because at the end of the day there is no connectivity. So you need to make sure that wherever you are building the factories, there is good connectivity, there is electricity. Also there are some tax holidays, as I said. And again, another macro phenomenon which has happened, I am sure that you have noticed, over the last 1 year, our rupee has actually appreciated. So appreciating rupee, a more real rate of interest, and add to that our inability to participate in the global supply chain. All these things are actually a problematic factor, and because of which our our trade is stuck at 1.8% of the global world trade share.
And the government is also planning to build 31 fleet corridors. For infrastructure.
Right. So there are some studies which have showcased that because you have built more roads, the logistic cost of transporting from one part of the country to another part of the country has come down. At the same time, what is also important for the government is to look into some soft infrastructure. For instance, a lot of trade happens between India and ASEAN countries through the northeastern states. Now, if you go to the land custom stations, from where this trade is happening, you will find that not too many bank branches are there. Even the IT system, on the basis of which you have to upload the documents, are not working sometimes. They are getting hanged. So all these things are actually adding to the cost element of risk export. And many times again, another thing which one should take into account is the timing. That sometime when the customs on the other side of the border is working, we already are done with our day's work. So you have to actually wait for another additional day. Likewise for the other side of the border. So these are things which budget cannot do anything, but over a period of time through better negotiation with the foreign countries, with the government of foreign countries, I think we can do something.
So basically the expenditure on infrastructure would fill the missing blocks. Like the small producers, they spend a 3 times greater amount in transporting the same material compared to a big producer.
Right.
Non-procedural cost.
Right.